morning, everybody. Welcome to what is a very exciting opportunity for the official ribbon cutting and grand opening for Fales Elementary School. We are going to have just a very brief part out here, and then we're going to go into the cafeteria area where, of course, it's warm and you can sit, and we will have a brief set of comments and then open up the building for people to enjoy visiting through and seeing all of the classrooms. Thank you for taking time to join us today. We plan to keep our celebration discussion short so you can enjoy being in the building and watch the Pats by 1 o'clock. So we get the lay of the land. There's lots of people to thank though, and so we're really pleased to have you here with us today. At this time, we're going to actually ask you to turn towards the flag. We will do the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we will sing the national anthem. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll now have the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Mahika. It is so lovely to be able to call Westborough students who can come and do that on a Sunday morning for us. The music here is part of an amazing fine arts trajectory, and you are a great example of that, so thank you. Okay, nothing's done small here. We have large. Oh yeah, Maryann is gonna
No, the young lady was just
Oh, yes. Here. All right, I'm going to have Steve Doret and Maryann Stannard take the honors of the official ribbon cutting.
I don't know, we'll see.
All right, guys, ready?
Fales is the final piece of the puzzle, a thoughtful and creative puzzle to grow our K-3 schools to meet the growth in our community, to meet the needs now and into the future. It is always symbolic who cuts the ribbon to enter a building. There are a lot of people to thank today, and we will hear their names. But I want to begin by recognizing the incredible work of Steve Doret and Maryann Stannard. Maryann. They represent truly the absolute best of what it means to do community service and value for your work and a commitment to quality and to community. The two of them have put in hundreds and hundreds of hours to see this come to fruition. This building is beautiful and functional because it had the eyes of Maryann and Steve diligently thinking about its use and its longevity and its quality for this community. The engineering and design work has been poured over by Steve Doret. The use of every piece of furniture and doorway and cubby and classroom space thoughtfully monitored by Maryann to make sure that the children of Westborough would have a quality experience and that the faculty who come here have a functionality to do this work. I can't tell you enough how incredibly impressed and lucky I feel to work for such people. I want to recognize our past town manager, Jim Malloy, for stepping up to partner and to begin this process, and to Kristi Williams, an incredible partner, for the work that she's provided to bring it to fruition. The K-3 Building Committee formed 7 years ago. Steve Doret came right off of the Gibbons Committee and rolled into the K-3 Building Committee, having just finished the renovation of Gibbons and then moved into the work for our 3 elementary schools. I want to recognize him as the chair, and he will speak briefly in a minute. I want to recognize Shelby Marshall, Chris Giovindra, Andrew Bradley, Robert Ferguson, and then Steve and Maryann, along with myself, as core members of the committee. I also want to recognize John Green, our Director of Technology, who put in tireless hours to make sure that he was studying all of the technology infrastructure to make sure that we meet our needs into the future. I want to thank our town partners, our building commissioner, Fred Leonardo, and his team, the fire department, Pat Purcell and his team, police department, Jeff Laurie and his team, along with Chip Dappolite, of course, our favorite police officer who's always in our schools, our DPW, Chris Payant and his team, and of course, our select board. And you'll have Ian speaking to you today as current chair of the select board. They have all been tireless partners in stepping forward to help us achieve getting this building to fruition. And of course, you know, you're going to hear recognition from the team that was then invited to become a part of Westborough for a very long time, HMFH, Gilbane, Vertex, and our first partners of the MSBA who supported us with funding. It is a pleasure to have you all here today, and I'm going to turn it over to Steve Doret, the chair of the building committee, to speak with you.
Thank you, Andrew. You've heard the list of all the players, and of course, for building this cost, and I think many of the other communities in the Commonwealth are also going through the same process. And as a result of that, all the people that you've heard who are contributors to the success of this project will have an opportunity to discuss it with you. Right now, I'd like to have the members of the building committee stand so that you see them all. As you know, that 5 of us are citizens of the town of Westborough. And 3 of us are members of the community as employees of the town of Westborough that work for the school department. And each and every one of them put in all the hours that Amber just spoke of. As she's told you, we started this project beginning in 2015, and we met almost for all of that time 2 times a month, and many of us put in the time afterwards to make this a successful project. I am very happy and pleased to be able to say, although it was delayed by COVID, that in fact it's on budget, and that in fact the town meeting vote that provided the money is not, we're not going to be asking for any more money to do this. I hope the success. Notice who is clapping the loudest over here are members of the Board of Select. One of the things that's great about this building was the cooperation that we had with our oldest project manager, Vertex, the construction manager, Gilbane, and HMFH, our architect. One of the things that's unique about this building, and won't be unique in the future, because other communities are doing this, but this is a net zero plus building. That is, its energy that we use here will be, excuse me, supplied mostly by the solar panels you see on the roof and by the geothermal system. And the town meeting voted to do that on its own without support from the MSBA, which may change in the future. But you put the money in the project so that in fact we can save money forever in the future. The Hastings School has a geothermal system, and it proved out, and we were able to use that as information at the town meeting with your trust and putting that into this project. So far, since the solar panels went on the roof, we've done almost 700,000 kilowatt hours. Your average town monthly bill is roughly 500 kilowatt hours. So compare that to what this system is delivering. We expect, we're still adjusting the glycol level in the geothermal system. And so since the school came online, we've been burning propane as a backup fuel. We're on the verge of being able to finish the operation of the geothermal system, at which point in time we will create the energy necessary to drive the pumps that run the geothermal system. So on that basis, this is a very unique school in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And going forward, I think we are seeing that many other school systems are going to do the same thing. Just so you know, out in the field, there's 39 wells that are 600 feet deep that are supplying the water for the geothermal system. And it's all underground. So with that, I thank you all for my few minutes. I hope that you will see in your tour around the building what a unique school this is. When you see the classrooms and the skylights, you'll note that on a sunny day like today, we almost don't need electric lights. And that was by design. So thank you.
Both functionality and beauty, it really is a unique building. I'm going to turn it over to Kristi Williams, our town manager.
Thank you, and thank you for letting me be part of the ceremony. I'm really excited to be part of this and opening of the Fales Elementary School. This building really boasts the most recent example of the community's investment in critical infrastructure through which we provide services to our residents. This project was not without its challenges, as Steve Doret just mentioned, as it required flexibility and resilience as we dealt with the impacts on construction, finances, and the unknowns of the COVID-19 pandemic. I want to commend the work of the school building committee, the school administration and staff, supporting town departments, and our state partners at the MSBA and our delegation for helping Westborough achieve this goal. This project illustrates not only Westborough's support of our students as we look forward to the educational and growth opportunities that this building will support, but it also demonstrates the collaboration and partnership for the stated goals of our community's climate action plan. As a net positive energy building, this project provides an example of Westborough's commitment to address climate change and serves as a model throughout the Commonwealth of Massachusetts as it works to achieve its stated energy goals. Thank you again to all who are part of the project. The new Fales School is truly a tremendous achievement.
I think few communities have the opportunity to have the collaboration that we see here in Westborough across all of our boards and members that work together to bring the best to you as residents of the community. I'm going to turn it over to Ian Johnson, the chair of the select board.
Thank you, Amber. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Welcome to this remarkable building and remarkable event here today. I don't want to sound like a broken record and repeat everything, but just really echo the comments that Amber started with, that Steve had, that Kristi had, of really thanking everybody. So for me, on behalf of the select board, I also want to add in to our students, to the parents, to the community, the Eli Whitney area around here, their ability to work with us. This was a difficult project, as I think everyone knew, in the fact that we were building a new school while we were running a school on the same property. But it went off without any major hitches. I know it was difficult on everybody, Maryann, to you and to your staff and the teachers for the work that you did to bring this online in as painless a process as possible. Is just wonderful. So again, thank you all for being here. Thank you for, as was stated before, our town departments, our school committee. I just want to say, the great partners with us on the select board. We each have separate and distinct roles, but we work very closely together to ensure that we do what we believe is best for the town of Westborough. And I think this building itself is an example of something that we will be celebrating for decades, just like the old Annie Fales School was, that served us well for a long time. This one I know will serve us well into the future. So thank you very much.
This truly is a community building, and for those of you who remember the gym in the old Annie Fales, it's a little bit of a shoebox, and so this is a community building, and you're going to see spaces that are here for all of you to use as well. The gym is beautiful. It's getting lots of basketball activity already. There's a maker space for community ed programming, so lots to celebrate. At this time, I'm going to let Jack McCarthy, the MSBA Executive Director, share a few words as they were the anchor of our funding for this project.
Thank you, Amber. It's quite a crowd. When I sat down, there was like nobody here, but it's amazing. On behalf of Treasurer Goldberg, and I don't know if you know that, but by reason of being the state treasurer, Treasurer Goldberg is also the chair of the Mass School Building Authority. So on her behalf, and Jim McDonald, who is somewhere, there he is, he's our CEO and first deputy treasurer, and Maria Popolo, on behalf of all of us, thank you for allowing us to be part of this celebration. You know, the mission of the Massachusetts School Building Authority is to partner with Massachusetts communities to support the design and construction of educationally appropriate, flexible, sustainable, and cost-effective public school facilities. And this project certainly meets that ideal. Benjamin Franklin once said, an investment in education pays the best interest. And we are proud to be your investing partners to the tune of about $11 million for this project of MSBA state money. It's a beautiful school. I just want to congratulate Steve and Maryann and their group. You know, they gave a lot of credit to HMFH, Gilbane, and Vertex, but that's the group that hired them. They're the ones that did the interviews. They poured through all of the applications. But they're the folks that hired it, and I just want to congratulate you for your leadership in bringing this together. So, if you give Steve a nice. And I know Kate is new as a new state representative, but let me tell you, she's not new to the people of Massachusetts. She's been a tireless Democrat advocate for a long time. As soon as I saw her this morning, I'm like, oh my God, I know that woman from all over the place. And, you know, Ann has been, that fifth term, is it? And, you know, been here since the beginning and has been a true advocate for the folks of Westborough. So I want to thank them both for their leadership as well. I always like to use this quote as I end my talk at things. Before I do that, is the young lady, will you stand up? The young lady who sang the national anthem, she was tremendous. And I told her, I love that show, The Voice. I said, if I was a judge, I would have turned my chair around. She did a wonderful job. Thank you so much. Anyway, getting back to my ending, Dan Valentine was a reporter for the Salt Lake City Tribune. And he once described a school as a building of four walls with tomorrow inside. And we at the MSBA are proud to be part of Westborough's tomorrow. Thank you.
Jack highlighted two of my favorite people. Kate, you're one of my newest favorite people. Hannah has been along for my time here in Westborough and has been a tireless supporter. It's rare to have somebody at the state level you can actually call and they call you back and they know who you are and they're always helpful. Like, it's just amazing to have that kind of quality support here in our community. At this time, I'd like to invite Hannah Kane and Kate Donaghue forward to take some time for a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's truly exciting to be here. Amber, one of the first conversations we had together was about how to meet the growing needs of the Westborough community. And as the daughter of two educators, being in schools is being home for me. Not only did I grow up in school because I went to school, but all of my free time with my parents have spent in schools too. Proud educators committed to future generations. So it's really exciting to be here today to think about the opportunity that our young people have in Westborough to come into this beautiful new school building. I was in the old school building several times, and it was a small gym, participating in events there. But I think it's great for the young people who are going to school to actually see the new school being built next to the school that they were in and to go through that process, because I think it's a great example of seeing the community's commitment to education and to having the chance to build a new school building
and thanks in part not only to the Westborough residents who are paying for it, but certainly to the MSBA, Jack McCarthy and Treasurer Goldberg. They do a tremendous amount of investment across the Commonwealth, and we wouldn't have these beautiful new school buildings if we didn't have that partnership, so thank you, Jack. And in addition to Maryann and all your good work, when I sat down, I said to Steve, what number of school building is this for you? And he said, my last. So, having participated with you through the years on several of the opportunities to see the investments through the Westborough Public Schools, I really just want to thank everyone in the town, all the residents, all the taxpayers, and certainly the leadership, because it is a firm commitment that you have as a community to invest in education for the benefit of the young people who live here in Westborough, and hopefully will make a decision to come back someday and to have their families here to continue this beautiful community that you have. So I'm going to turn it over now to my new partner in Westborough that we're very excited to be here together today. And Kate has some words of citation from us as well.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Sorry, I'm getting used to all of this. Thank you, Amber, for your kind words. Thank you, Jack. And it's just so exciting to be here in such an engaged community. As I looked around the room and people I've worked with over the years, I realized that the person who I had known longest in this room is Steve Doret. Steve, I've been in Westborough close to 50 years, and I've seen Steve be a leader on the select board, on the school committee, and as people have said, so many buildings. I'm also excited to be here today with my good friend Sue McGallis. Annie Fales was one of Sue's teachers. She was in the choir. Annie Fales was the choir master when Sue was in the choir, so it's exciting to have someone. Is there anyone else here who knew Annie Fales? Well, I'm so glad Sue is here representing Annie's memory. With that, I will read. With that, I will read this citation. This is presented from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the House of Representatives. Be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations for Fales Elementary School in recognition of your grand opening. We're very excited to see this terrific new school building and know it will be a welcome home for many generations of Westborough Public School students and talented educators and staff members. Congratulations. The entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses the hope for future good fortune and continued success in all endeavors. And it's signed, I just wanted to acknowledge my new colleague, new to me, longtime member, Kane, who very graciously made these arrangements and made the preparations for me to sign this. And it says, this is given this 8th day of January 2022 by 2020, well, it says 20.
It does.
I should have picked that up. Thank you. Always has my back. By Ron Mariano, Speaker of the House, offered by Kate Donaghue, State Representative. Thank you so much.
Yep. I'll accept it on behalf of the committee and everybody else who participated, including every one of you, because I think you'll enjoy your walkthrough and what you'll see when you do. And in fact, you'll also see a new gym. Thank you.
All right. Well, I echo all of the thank yous that have been said already. I also want to, again, thank our neighbors. We really appreciate you working with us through this entire process. I also want to thank the Westborough community, the entire community. You've been amazing, and I really want to thank my staff. You have been amazing. My teachers, my custodians, my front office, everyone stepped up throughout this entire process. It is not an easy feat to climb up a hill and move in the rain, and they did it. And I am very, very grateful to you. I want to say a quick boots on the ground thank you to Caitlin, Tristan, George, Tony, Eric, Mike, Kevin, Joel, and Steve Theron. You were here through it all, so thank you very, very much. say thank you to my family for being here for me throughout this entire journey. You guys have been amazing. And a lot of time to learn, but I appreciate it. I want to say to Steve Doret, this may be your final project, but we're turning you into a hedgehog. He's now an official hedgehog here at Fales, which is our mascot.
Those paw prints outside is how you get in this place. So.
Yes. You will notice this mural was in the old building with our hedgehogs in it, and you will see beautiful new murals as well throughout the building. In closing, I want to thank our students. They make this place magical, and we are so thankful for all the time we spend with you every single day. You will see some displays as you go about the building with the students thanking you, thanking Westborough for their beautiful space and what they love so much about it. And with that, I don't know if you have anything final to say?
A final thank you to Maryann for being amazing. We think you'll love a visit to the building. Please make yourself at home. Enjoy moving through the classroom spaces, the gym. Everywhere is beautiful, accessible for everyone. The elevator is there and right to the right if you need that for access. And congratulations on receiving a new building into our community.